We've got a liver, and we've got some intestines, and feet. Okay? Everybody like my drawing?
Sure.
Not quite as pretty as that one, but it's functional. So what I want to explain to you is what your heart does every day, okay? So we call this the highway of life. So your heart pumps blood around your body every day, and it follows the same pathway around your body every second, every minute, every hour of each day, okay? So we know that your heart pumps blood around, and the purpose of that is to put, it pumps blood around that's got oxygen. So the job of the right atrium is to collect all the old blood, if you will, from the body, okay? So it collects the blood, it pumps it through a valve down to the right ventricle. Now the job of your right ventricle is, it takes this blood and it pumps it to your lungs to pick up oxygenated blood, okay? So that's the job of the right ventricle, and it goes through another valve and it goes through there too. So it goes through another valve out to your lungs to pick up oxygen. So after the blood has picked up oxygen, it returns, well that's not a very good one, okay? So the job then of the left atrium is to collect all the new blood. So it takes the new blood, pumps it through another valve, down to your left ventricle. So the left ventricle is the big workhorse of your heart, okay? It will take that blood and it has to pump it everywhere, okay? And it pumps it all the way through, and it goes through everything, and then it runs out of blood, or runs out of oxygen, and returns up to your right atrium again. And it follows that same pathway around your body day after day after day. Okay, any questions about that? Another valve there. So that's what your heart has to do every single day. Any questions? Leak, and it's having trouble pumping that blood around. It's having trouble keeping up with that workload. What happens to all that blood and that fluid if the heart's having trouble dealing with it?
Does it collect in your legs?
It builds up.
Yeah, or it will back up. Right, so if you've got a pump that's not working, or if you've got a pump that you're pumping out your basement or something, and it can't keep up to the workload, it backs up, right? That blood and fluid, if you've got extra water in your system, will back up. So first back up to your left atrium, and from there it'll back up and it'll go out to your lungs. What happens when that blood and fluid goes back out to your lungs?
Pneumonia?
Well, not pneumonia, but it does cause fluid to build up in your lungs. Yeah, and so when people get fluid in their lungs, they get short of breath. Okay, so that's usually people will notice that they're short of breath with their normal activities. Quite often it's very classical for them to be short of breath when they lay down. It can cause this part of your heart to enlarge. It'll keep backing up to your right atrium. And it'll keep going. And it can come down and start collecting around your belly. So sometimes people will notice that all of a sudden their pants are a little bit tighter, or they feel really full but they haven't really been eating anything, or they go to eat something and they find that they can't. They just feel so full. And so sometimes people will collect fluid around here in their belly. From here, it can keep going on down, and it can collect around in your ankles or your lower extremities, okay? And we call that edema. And quite often it's easy to notice. People will say, oh, my ankles look good today, but if you go down and actually push on your leg, right on the shin, and it leaves a dent, then you know that you've got some fluid there, okay? Any questions about that? No? Okay. So there's a couple of reasons that it should be getting around to. It'll deprive all those little other areas of oxygen, and it'll save oxygen for itself, okay? So one of the areas that can get deprived is your brain. So quite often not quite often, but we do see it, that all of a sudden people they're not thinking as clearly, they're having a little bit of memory loss.